community post saying, what should I react to? I was really surprised. I wasn't expecting this because they've just come out. But you answered, I'll deliver. I'm always very curious with debut groups because I feel like this is so important, what they're trying to put out into the world at first, and what they're trying to say about themselves, what mark they're trying to make. I think there's going to be so much to get into here. Disclaimer, I do know some of the kind of context of the issues that are going around them at the moment, so but not a lot. It's limited. I just know that there are allegations about either their manager or their creative director about I don't know if I can say the word on YouTube. I might get taken down. Inappropriate behavior. There's some allegations about that on her Instagram page. So anyway, I don't know the full details, but disclaimer, I am aware of some of that stuff, but maybe like my legal background, so I tend to, you know, view things as innocent until proven guilty, until I actually have like evidence of anything. So I'm going into this open-minded, but of course I am slightly aware. And if I do see anything, I'm gonna say it, because that's what we do on this channel. We're honest, and I will always be respectful about it, so be respectful as well in the comments. That's the deal that we make. This is the UK. Them starting in an international context tells me that's what HYBE is trying to say, that they are a global group. Oh, they're rebels. They're edgy. They're not your standard K-pop girl group. Let's see. We're getting a whole scene. Stop. Shut up. When they see each other, it's fireworks. There's literal fireworks. I love it. This is like what is it called? All those coming of age type stories where the girl, it's often the girl in the POV of the girl. Sorry, I just moved myself. It's often in the POV of the girl, like she sees the guy that she has a crush on, and it's just like the fireworks and all the passion in her heart. They're representing it in the literal like explosion that's happening. He's a bit smug though. I don't think he's for you. Not expected. No, this is not expected. With her whole hand. Her whole hand. She doesn't have time to waste. Oh, and it's like birthday cake. This is their birthday. Nah, she just wanted to come and say, look, I rap and sing. Straight up. Let me tell you. One, two, three, 용기가 생겼지. 이미 아는 이 눈치 고개를 돌려 천천히 여기. You see, 여기 보이니? Looking for attention, I guess so. 확실하게 너를 만들겠어. Hey, drop the question, drop the question. Want attention, want attention. You give me this. They look young, but the beat is much more mature. The vocals that I'm getting for them are sounding much more mature. It's not like high pitched. It's sounding really nice, stable, controlled, balanced out, which I'm really enjoying. I love that we're getting R&B vibes, that they're starting with R&B. I mean, it's kind of mixed with a slight tinge of soft pop, soft rock, and a bit of pop as well. Which is interesting. I'm interested to see if that's going to continue and that's like their kind of flavor, their thing. I was not expecting the R&B tones that we're getting, so I'm already like into it. I'm already interested to hear more. And the beat I think is really unique as well. The messaging seems kind of the same as we saw at the beginning, that they're talking to the guy that they're interested in. What's interesting is though, when she saw the guy, it was very, she seemed very like shocked and shy, and he seemed like more dominant in personality. Whereas now with the lyrics that we're getting and the way that they're presenting it, they seem like kind of very confident and dominant, and not to be shy at all, which is interesting. And this seems like what they're like telling their friends about this person. I do love how multicultural it is, how diverse it is in a very natural way. Like even at the beginning, we're seeing the people going into the gig. These people here, you know, the girl in braids, the guy with his afro, like it's all very representative, but natural. It's not being like forced, I don't believe, which I like. She seems young. No, her voice is beautiful. Oh! Look, I'm trying to process. I'm trying to process what I'm hearing, because it's very beautiful. It's very different. It's very beautiful. Some of them definitely are like the way that they're presenting it is quite confident and assured, you know. They don't have, you know, often with like groups, they have that debut phase where they look back on it and they're cringing at it. I don't think they're going to look back on this and be cringing at, you know, like generally how they're doing things. Like it's not awkward. It's very like natural what they're doing. Obviously there are some pretty like sexualized moves, I guess, and like their outfits and things like that. Some of them, like one of them at least looks young, the others I don't think they are, but then they've kind of got this like rose cheeks and eyeshadow. Like their makeup is done in such a way to give them more of a youthful look, but I don't think they're actually as young as maybe like, I don't know, 16, 17, 18, that kind of 19. But one of them does look like she's 16, 15, probably. But I could be wrong. I like how she like builds. Like they can sing. And it's controlled the whole way up. You're so fine, gotta get to know ya. 나만 걸어가줘. 지금 돌안 서면은 잊어 to look at me back. Hey, 다 들켰어 나. 널 보면 하트가 튀어나와. 내 사탕을 찾는 baby. 내 맘은 설레. I would love them to slow the choreography down. You can be butterflies, you know. 내 맘은 온통 paradise. That melody there is beautiful. That's beautiful how she lent into that. And the way the camera is framing them as well, because obviously they're talking about the attention that because of this person that they have a crush on and they feel is very cool, they are trying to do things and put themselves in certain situations where they look cooler than they are, more mature than they are, whatever, because they are looking for that attention. And it's interesting, the camera is framing that and trying to tell that story as well, in the way that it's framing their gaze, and their gazes are very direct, very intense. And like even their choreography when it's like close-ups are slower. I just wish some of that choreography that I wish overall it was slightly slower, because I just think the way that the beat is, I would love to see much more fluidity with it. And you know, those rises, they do it with the rises actually. I think the first one she kind of like bent her hips and it was kind of like a roll up. The other one, it was like a hand wave up. I'd love to see more of that because that would match the beat a lot more. They're really pretty. Oh, she doesn't even care about her phone. She only cares about him. Oh, that was nice. They can sing though. They can sing. And they all seem to have that like angular visual face that people like their Korean idols to have. Killing it. They really wanted to make their mark. The fact that they've got so many songs for their debut, even this set, this is obviously HYBE like, hey, we have money. Come see. Why? That was weird. That was weird. That like, it's almost like they're trying to force the ship between them. I would have expected this kind of gaze that they're doing right here to be within attention, rather than this is called Hype Boy. I don't know why they're doing this like intense gaze with each other as if it's like a romantic situation. It feels weird to me. Feels weird. I mean, she's delivering it. They're both delivering it, but it's weird.
1, 2, 3, 4, baby. I'm looking so crazy. 빠져버리는 daydream. Got me feeling you. 또 말해줄.
They can sing. The control is a lot. Oh, that was ease. That ease was beautiful. Isn't she the one that starts it off? I just want you on my phone right now. I just wanna your mind. 'Cause I know what you like, boy. They're really trying to like blend into each other as well, aren't they? With the styling, it's all trying to keep it very uniform. They're not having like crazy colors, differences in the way that they're doing their makeup, and that's actually making it a little bit harder for me to pick individual ones out. Usually I think I'm pretty good at faces, but I'm struggling a bit more with this because of the way it seems very deliberate, like marketing wise, to make them be much more cohesive and a unit rather than having like obvious kind of standouts. Obviously they have different talents and things like that, but it's not feeling like it's feeling like they're bringing it all together. And even with the choreo as well, when one person is getting the spotlight, it tends to be on the side. It's not like completely at the front doing craziness. It's much more of a subtle spotlight to still reinforce the unity. And that, to be honest, is kind of a HYBE thing. They do that with BTS, particularly at the beginning, I think. So it makes sense.
'Cause I know what you like, boy. You're mine, can't make a high boy.
The one in the blue and white striped skirt though, her dancing. And this one, the blue skirt. Those two on the sides are very sharp. They really get this whole gaze down. Like, I think that's what they practice. Damn. No, her voice. Oh, her voice. Stop it. No, your voice is nice. Stop it. Sing again. The depth of it.
I just want you to come phone right now. I just wanna your mind. 'Cause
I'm glad they didn't do the that move for too long. It's suggestive without being too overt. She's cute. Oh no. You. How long has this one been training? She just seems way too like this is my time. She seems very cute, that one. Oh, I like Attention more than I like this song, I think. Okay, this is their style then. This is their style. They're mixing R&B. That's like a cornerstone of their style. And it seems very much, all of their tones seem to have a depth to it that matches that kind of R&B flavor. They all seem to have, well, actually, I can't say they all do. Two of them, at least, I know for sure, seem to have a lot of control with their voice. Even when they rap, the cadence of their rap is really matching that kind of like slower, drawn out tone. And their like gaze seems to be like a cornerstone of their presentation. I'm not sure when it comes to their choreography what the cornerstone is. Within that, to be honest, in the choreography, they all seem to be pretty similar in standard, and even like song-wise. That I think there's one that I like is my favorite voice, but it's not by a mile. It's more just that I like her tone. So she's probably going to be the main singer, but I don't know. But main dancer, I'm not sure. Tell me who the main dancer is. Let me know. What's this cookie? They're really doing this schoolgirl concept still. I had something.
내가 만든 쿠키 너를 위해 구웠지 있게 만들고 싶어 숨기고 있지만 날 다 보고 싶어 If you want it, you can get it If you want it, 네 목소리를 더 들려줘, boy
Okay, we're gonna need to talk. Okay, let's start with the visuals. Visually, something that I like about them is that their visuals are very clear. They don't have like crazy colors happening. That's kind of represented in their personal visuals as well, with their hair. Everything's kind of uniform. Their makeup as well. They're trying to make it very like natural and authentic. And I think essentially they're trying to say that we don't need all of that. What stands for us is our voices, our talents. That's what you need to pay attention to. That is the focus of who we are. Even the styling here, we're still getting like the schoolgirl. Actually, no, let's talk about the schoolgirl thing later. But it's the shapes of the outfits within this anyway. It's kind of, I don't want to say bland, like it's sophisticated, but it's not like out there because the focus is them and their voices and all of that. The beats, I love their style of production. I love their style of the songs, like that whole R&B focus. They're really having like moments. They're creating moments within their songs. So the way I think she says something, I don't think it's Cookie before she speaks, right? It was that.
Yeah.
So that and it's like gritty at the end. It's very like they're trying to create a moment, listen, focus, but in a kind of like soothing sexual way. Now, the fact that everything is like grayscale except for the cookie that is brown, the written like cookie that is neon blue and purple. That is, and the way that they're structured, they're on a stage, a two-tone stage, and the cookie's behind them. The focus of this is their cookie. That is a focus. It's not a subtle side part. That is what they want you to focus on, their cookie. And they've got their legs closed, and then they shift their legs open at different points in a very seductive way. Their lyrics, no one should come up in these comments and tell me that they're talking about like baking. Don't do that because that will annoy me. They're talking about one thing and one thing only, and it's very sexual. And up until this, it was suggestive. And to be honest, I've seen other groups do kind of suggestive things when they're a bit younger, and it's like, okay, it happens, whatever. And actually, really and truly, like how they presented the first song, that whole crush situation, that if you do have a crush, if your point of view, the one that you want attention from, is the person itself, and you're like, even if you're like 13 and it's kind of innocent, you just have a crush on this person, I don't see a problem with that. But when you are explicit, okay, not explicitly, but you're inferring very sexual content above your age. Look, let me check their age, because I keep saying this and they could turn out and be like 24. Imagine. Shut up. 18 to 14. No, then I have a big problem with this song then, because the cookie reference is very, 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 very blatant, and it makes me now think that the kind of rumors and issues and allegations were actually designed as a marketing thing by HYBE. It's not an accident, because it's just too deliberate how they're trying to frame these girls. Like, I just don't think those lyrics are okay for a 14-year-old to sing. So I think there's two parts, right? There's the one about personal expression of your body and your sexuality in a way that you want to do, and like the ones that they were doing before, like if the attention is someone your age, fine, whatever. Obviously there's, like, I don't think a 14-year-old should be doing that, but like, it's not my life, I can't get involved. But then there's that second element of, now you're inviting all of us into this storyline where that's what you're doing, and that then makes me feel very uncomfortable, because it's not just between two people that are of a similar age and they like each other and they're kind of exploring things. It's actually, you're asking me to see them in a sexual way when they're 14 to 18. That I don't think is okay for HYBE to do. I think if they wanted to be suggestive, be suggestive. A lot of companies do that and it makes me uncomfortable, but I move on and I get over it. This is the worst that I've seen. Wow, this is a rant. This is really a rant, but I don't, like, I'm not going to pretend that, like, I'm okay with it if I'm not. Like, if you've watched this channel before, you know that I'm really into messaging. I'm really into lyrics. So I'm not just going to skip past it. And it's a fact that, look, even in this cookie, the C is bitten out, the I is bitten out. To say, like, you've already had a taste. Come on. No. Like, you need to be 20 or 18 to be doing things like this. And the way they've structured that lyric to put a P. They are talented. Their voices and their presentations. She's a 14-year-old. Like, she's a male.
집으로 스프링클러 정신 못 차리게 만들고 싶어 숨기고 있지만 나도 보고 싶어 If you want it, you can get it If you want it, 네 목소리를 더 들려줘 boy 식사는 없어 배고파도 음료는 없어 목말라도 달콤한 맛만 디저트 맛만 원하게 될 거 알잖아 식사는 없어 배고파도 음료는 없어 목말라도 달콤한 맛만 디저트 맛만 원하게 될 거 알잖아 Bet you know, bet you know, bet you know 레시피는 없어 딴 데서는 못 찾아 Take it, don't break it I wanna see it, taste it
I keep trying to separate the lyrics from the and it's not even if I didn't have lyric translation on, like, it's obvious what they're trying to do. I keep trying to separate that from them, because the song, if we strip the lyrics and we just talk about the musicality of the song, is really beautiful. It's really good to listen to. I love the drawn out parts that we're getting, the kind of synth elements that we're hearing. Really beautiful, loving it. Their voices matching that, loving it. Their kind of very calm, confident presentation of things, love it. The messaging, hate it. hate it. Like I can't express how much. If they were older, cool. But the fact that I know that they're not, I just can't, because I kind of feel bad for them. I feel like they don't quite know right now what they're singing, especially this like 14-year-old. She doesn't know what she's being asked to sing, and it feels like a dereliction of duty. I know, like is it Converse from BTS? Jungkook was really young when he sang that. I got into them later, so I wasn't kind of aware of that. But so it's not like this is the first time HYBE or Big Hit have done something like that, but it's probably the most overt time that they've done it, and it's just not okay. It's not okay. If you want it, you know how to get it, but it's not for free. So it's like she's like trying to tease them, and very specific that it's a boy, it's a relationship, it's a situation. It's not like, you know, some abstract thing. It's very specific in a personhood relationship, that if you want it, the way it tastes, like
sugar, 난 재료 안 아끼지. Bet you know, bet you know, bet you know 네 다이어트 망치고 싶어 나. Take it, don't break it. I wanna see you taste it. Sugar, the sugar that you want some. 식사는 없어, 배고파도 음료는 없어.
and it makes me angry because the song is good. Musically, it's really good. I hate HYBE.
Take a look 우리 집에만 있지 놀러와 얼마든지 굽지 그런데 나 충치 생겨도 난 몰라 내가 만든 쿠키 come and take a look 우리 집에만 있지 놀러와
At her house, so in her room.
그런데 너 충치 생겨도 난 몰라
Okay, let's cleanse the soul. I beg. Let's cleanse the soul. Because I'm in need of a pick me up. Okay. Okay, this is a ballad, right? So they're trying to show the different sides of themselves, but still keeping the gaze, the vocalizations. I like that we get more of an acoustic feel before the beat becomes heavier. Like, obviously there's still a beat there, but we're getting a feeling of it being much more acoustic, and kind of empty, to represent the feelings that it seems like they're feeling, that you know, wanting to text someone, wanting to speak to them, have that communication, have that connection, but actually yeah, like there's a breakdown there, and then we get that beat coming. Did I go too far? This melody. Now you can sing, girl. Girl, you can sing. Oh, that was nice. Ooh, that I like that choice you made. The breath of that. Seems very innocent. No, these songs. Beautiful. These beats. Their voices. I would like a bit of distance though. Oh, you did that! You did that! She climbed it softly. Oh, and the flutter at the end! Oh, she's got power. This is the one that I feel like is the youngest. She's got some power. Very close. They're trying to create an intimacy with them being so close. It's not even just like a normal close-up where cropping like half of their forehead and half of their chin. So it's literally just this. It's extremely close up to try and show the intimacy of their feelings and bring us completely into their emotion that they're feeling. But I think given the context and like if I think about it with the other songs that I'm hearing, it has a side to it that makes I'd prefer them to be a bit further out, or like to flip between them so we see their close up to show that emotion, but then we also see them further away, which would also highlight the distance of their feelings and the distance between the person that they're wanting to communicate with, and we see more of the scene. I would prefer that. I think having the whole song this close up, I know what HYBE's trying to do, but I don't like what they're trying to do.
I'm not gonna be the one to get hurt. No, I'm not gonna be the one to get hurt.
It's forcing you to focus on their features rather than their emotion because it's too long. Oh, I'm not gonna be the one to get hurt. Now all these girls can sing. Oh, it's so nice to have like people that have practiced for a dream and have dreamt a dream, and that dream is actually coming to fruition, and you can hear the work that's gone into their voices. You can see the work that's gone into their like presentation. It's really beautiful. So I don't know them, but I feel like proud of them for being able to achieve their dream and like showcase themselves. And that melody, I'm not gonna be the one to get hurt. I'm not gonna be the one to get hurt. Oh, and she's like looking at us with like innocent eyes. It's funny, isn't it? Because the whole song is, the lyrics are very defiant, that I'm not going to be the one to get hurt, but the visuals are completely vulnerable, that they don't even believe the words that they're saying, that they are already hurt. And so they're trying to put on a brave face that it's not going to happen to them again, but they're still struggling and they're still not healed from what's happened before. Okay, this is fun. It was a lot. It was a lot of love. It was a lot of hate. It was a lot. It was a lot. So, look, I think to summarize, I like them as a group. I think they have incredible singers. The rap that I heard, I liked. To be honest, the visuals, the fact that the colors are stripped back, I thought that was interesting and fresh. The beats, the production, the musicality, the melodies. I think each melody, HYBE Boy, maybe I didn't get into it as much, but that might be because it was a performance, so there was a lot to kind of like see. But the messaging, the fact that they're so young, I just think for me is a no-no. So I would be pretty cautious the next thing that I see of them. Like, I need you guys to tell me it's okay. It's safe. I mean, it's not like I like felt anything as I was watching it, you know, but if I was attracted to girls, maybe I would have, and that's not okay because, you know, like HYBE tricking people into illegal activities, and it's not okay. It's just not cool. I think I felt very sad for them that they have to, like, very sad and happy. It's weird because I feel proud of them that they are clearly talented and being able to showcase that talent, but then also sad that they're being put in positions that they may not fully understand right now and they may regret later on, because it's really like it may cause some sort of sexualization of them and idolization that they may not be comfortable with later down the line, but we shall see.